Welcome back, everyone. I hope you're having a good day today. We're going to be in Life of Fred Edgewood. If you have an Edgewood book, go ahead and get your book out now. Remember, you can press pause at any time. Today, we're going to be on page 109, chapter 17, and the title is A Family. This was all new to Fred. It was a family eating together, playing together, and enjoying each other. Fred had never experienced this before. It felt good. After playing the addition game for 10 minutes, they talked about what they would like to do next. 7-year-old brought out the Monopoly game and said, "Let's play this." And he, pointing to Fred, "will be on my side." Dad smiled. This was perfect. When they had played it before, the 7-year-old had trouble making change with the Monopoly money when he collected the rents. The dad knew that the kid with the square head would help him with the math. The mom joined them. They opened the box and set up the board. There were 5 chairs and 6 people. Fred sat on the 7-year-old's lap. The mom asked Fred if he had ever played Monopoly before. "We can teach you," she offered. "That's okay, thank you. It probably won't be necessary," Fred answered. He was busy reading the rules that came with the game. The teenager shook and moved 11 spaces on the board. What a wonderful way to learn addition facts, Fred thought to himself. They played. Fred and the 7-year-old had the boardwalk Monopoly. At Fred's suggestion, they traded it for the New York Monopoly that the teenager had. The teenager thought that Fred was nuts. The boardwalk property paid better rents. Fred had noticed that people landed on New York much more frequently. After Fred and the 7-year-old won the game, they all headed back to the living room to read for a while before bedtime. The mom sat down next to Fred on the sofa. She had a stack of books in her arms for him. She also had a lot of questions that she wanted to ask. She asked, "Are you hungry? I could warm you up some spaghetti that we had for dinner." Fred answered, "I'm not hungry right now, thank you." "What's your name?" Fred gasped. "Fred, is there someone we can call to let them know that you are all right? I'm sure that there must be someone who is concerned." Fred thought for a moment. He knew that it would be silly to call Betty in Scotland. He knew that if they called his office, that Kingy would probably not answer the phone. Fred explained that he didn't have a mother or father who was worried about where he was. In his heart, he wished that he was part of a family, like the one he was with tonight. He would be happy to be their 4th son. The father started wrestling with the 2 younger boys on the floor. The boys would jump on top of him. When one of the boys attacked the dad's left arm, the other attacked his legs. There was a lot of yelling and laughing. Fred ached when he saw that. He wanted to be part of that physical playing. He had had a childhood without much touching. He was put in front of a flickering blue parrot, the television set. As a baby, he just sat there with Kingy and watched either football, a romance channel, or a stock market report. Nowadays, the flickering blue parrot that offered no hugs is a computer or a little handheld gadget. Fred looked at the stack of books that the mom had brought for them to read. The first book shocked Fred a little. He had seen that somewhere before. He couldn't remember where. He asked the mom if she had a copy of Introduction to Meta-Mathematics by Clean. He had left his copy on his backpack on the bus. She smiled and said, "I don't have that one, but I do have Mary the Moose from Missouri." Fred shook his head. "Okay, are you ready for your turn to play? Go ahead and grab a sheet of paper and a pencil. Remember, you can press pause at any time. Let's begin. Number 1. Instead, Fred suggested that they play Guess the Function. He started the game with these examples. She asked him, "What am I supposed to do?" He explained that she was supposed to find the rule that turned the first number into the second. What was the rule? Number 2. It was her turn. These were her examples. What was her rule? Number 3. Fred's turn. What was his rule for the function? Number 4. The mom was starting to understand functions. She gave Fred one that she thought Fred wouldn't get. What rule was she using? Okay, here are your answers. Go ahead and check your work. Now, are you ready for today's homeschooling meme? Here you go. I hope you enjoyed that one. Join me here tomorrow for Chapter 18. Bye for now.